Hello everybody, my name is Rain and welcome back to Sea of Thieves. Today, I am going to be doing the tall tale that has been freshly added about a couple days ago, known as A Pirate's Life. Or at least I believe this is the first one, Pirate's Life. Where, well, I've already watched the intro cutscene, I already have headed to the portal, but I am just here to do a quick quote-unquote walkthrough for anybody who, well, cares to watch about how to complete this tall tale with relative ease. I hope you all enjoy. Let's head on through. Your first step is going to be heading to the castaway camp on any outpost and talking to her and voting on your tall tale. Then you're going to have to wait about 2 minutes of her talking, wait for this portal over here to open, and then just sail on through. Any ship can do it, it doesn't matter. You could be a galleon, you could be a brig, you could be a sloop for all I care. But you will make it through, no problem. The next step is, of course, entering the Sea of the Damned. I'll be silent so all of you can witness and watch all this.
Dead men tell no tales. Shiver me timbers. Trinkets and coins. Trinkets and coins.
Come seeking adventure and salty old pirates, eh? Sure, you've come to the proper place. But keep a weather eye open, mates, and hold on tight with both hands if you please. There be squalls ahead, and Davy Jones waiting for them what don't obey.
Just so you know, there is no going faster in this section. You are forced to go this slow. You are always forced to go this slow. This is my 5th run through of A Pirate's Life, the first tall tale. So I will be slightly speed running, but I will show you all notebooks, all locations, pretty much everything you need to know to complete this tall tale on your first try, with all commendations completed. I will be showing it step by step, but it will be a full video. As I don't do editing, so everyone will just have to suffer through the fact I don't edit my videos. So once you're here, you enter the Sea of the Damned once you teleport through that portal, and you have to come to this island and just park nearby the beach, or, if you're stupid like me, crash into the island for fun. I'm gonna crash into the island for fun. Because, you know, I didn't load up. There's no reason for me to leave my ship. completely safe. Alright, I changed my gun, or I changed my sword, I forgot. Look at it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway. Doesn't matter which way you go here. You can go left, right, or down the middle. It doesn't matter. It all brings you to this location here. There's nothing over here for you. You just have to head on through. I'll try and be quiet again so all of you can listen.
Burn bright, accursed light, upon tales of old and ill deeds long past. Dead men tell no tale. Dead men tell no tale.
Just follow the process I'm following. And you will find your way to the end of this tall tale.
If ye be brave enough to proceed, the curse of Dead Man's Grotto awaits you.
Just in case you're wondering, there's nothing in here. Except a pretty cool looking throne.
Dead men tell no tale.
So just to start things off, you would normally come up here and notice that you need a handle. So to speedrun this, in a sense, you want to immediately just come over here, through here, and take the ore handle out of the skeleton. No idea how he got impaled by an ore handle, but you know what? It happened. The poor guy didn't deserve it, in my opinion.
No fear have ye of evil curses, says you. Properly warned ye be, says I. Who knows when that evil curse will strike the greedy beholders of this bewitched treasure. Dead men tell no tale.
Your next objective is to light this lantern. And not exactly watch it, but you can watch it. These guys will travel forth to this
And keep your ruddy hands.
entrance there.
That be the best way to repel porters. And mark well the words. Dead men tell no tale.
Just saying that this whole thing is basically a Disneyland attraction, which is pretty annoying to me. Now normally you would raise this so that in case you fall you can get back up here, but you could just, you know, do this too. Do what I do always. Sword dash jump your way across. And then there's nothing up here you need to do. You have to head down this way all the way to the end and pull out your lantern again, the Flame of Souls, and light the lantern. Another little scene will start to play here in a moment. I'd recommend sticking around to watch this little bit. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Trust me, you are going to get annoyed of these voice lines very fast, as did I. So don't worry about it if you don't like this tall tale. Next shenanigan.
The truth lies before you. In this place, dead men will always have tales to tell.
Sadly, you cannot take this loot. You are forced to jump and do some Sea of Thieves parkour to make your way to the next section. Normally you would have to climb up here and cut down the ladder. But I have learned that you can also just sword dash jump across this gap if you want to make it faster. But I will show you how to do it in full.
The cursed treasure. You know where it be hidden. Now proceed at your own
You can
risk.
also sword dash jump across that gap to there
Friend,
if you wish.
alert you here. You may not survive to pass this way again. Dead men tell no tale.
So, you like water slides? Fun little water slide shenanigan down here to the port town that you will be exploring during this tall tale. Just so you know, there are many secrets within this town, and I'll give you a general layout of the land. That is the final area for the tall tale, the ship. There is a boat hanging off the back of it, and you will need the key to get in there. This is the lighthouse where you'll be spending most of your time during the tall tale doing shenanigans out to sea, lighting that brazier and the other two that I cannot see right now. But you will also want to be looking out for this area over here. This is a secret where there are 5 extra books not normally accessible to you. I will show you how to get to all of those books and how to make it through this as fast as possible. I know it's already been 13 minutes of the video, but I would normally already be here in less than 10 had I not been doing this for a quote-unquote tutorial. You come up here, like this, and it will slowly light other beacons along the way into the town. Which opens this gate here in a minute. For some reason, it takes forever for this gate to open when it really shouldn't. It should be done already. This bridge has to come up. You could jump across it if you wished, but I would not recommend that. There's nothing over here for you except for a very cool looking capstan that really serves no purpose other than to, distract your attention. What you need to do is come down here and walk forward.
It's been so... Oi, down there! Ye paid the warnings no heed, and set foot in sailor's grave while ye still draw breath, at the risk of marooning yourself here for all eternity. Now that be what I call true pirate courage. Not like the scurvy sea devils who stole me plunder and jailed me up here. My own crew, a bunch of treacherous curs. Ah,
I did just skip over quite a fair bit of audio, so I would recommend taking your time in this, but I kind of get sick of this, so you want to raise this up so that you have easy transport back and forth, because there's a lot of shenanigans you'll have to do in this area. Namely, you will have to get into here, which requires a key that you will get later. I think I need to raise this up a bit more. Yeah, that ought to do. You will want to jump up here, and for starters, you can jump across this, but you want to go into this little cave. There's a specific something you'll want in that cave. If you want to make this a little easier on yourself, I would recommend putting these both halfway, or relatively close enough, so that you can make this jump with ease, of which I have just failed because I'm very stupid. Trust me, it's not hard. I am just a little on the tired side. I just woke up about 20-30 minutes ago, and I didn't get much sleep, so I am currently suffering with my eyes. Anyway, you want to jump onto this and, sprint jump into here, grab this recipe, and open this door. You want to grab Captain Bones' special recipe, which is a small bottle. The next thing you'll want to do is leave this in a place where you can grab it for later, such as here, while also cutting down the captain right here. He falls and, he's fine. So drop down here, take the recipe, and hold on to it for now. I would recommend dropping it here, just temporarily.
But I do welcome being back on the ground. I'd hope the fall might bust open these here bars, but it seems I'll be needing another favour from you. If ye can hunt down me mutinous crew and find the key to me cage, well, once I'm free, we might just be able to strike a bargain.
So, forgetting about him temporarily, what you'll want to do is follow a trail of gold that you might find over here, all the way down to the docks. There's a side story here where you have to dig up a specific something. So if you dig here,
oh, that's a grand old frog in poor Dougie's throat. After so long down in the dark, with not even an earthworm for company. Oh, you're new. Have you come seeking misery and abject woe? If so, you've come to the right Skelly. Poor Dougie's been robbed and left for undead by a bunch of no-good mutineers. All because I had the nous to hide away a wee retirement fund. Well, next thing I know, poor Dougie's been stuffed in the soil and left to moulder. I've still got my key, but without the treasure map, it's no more than a monument to poor Dougie's despair. Some swabby or other will have taken it back to town, I shouldn't wonder. I'll happily share the spoils if you can find my treasure, but I won't hold out hope. There's precious little of it left in Sailor's Grave, and that's the truth. Now, don't mind me. I'll get back to listing all the mistakes I've ever made in alphabetical order.
So Dougie's just going to go back and lay down, but what you want to do is either you can speedrun this if you want, but to do it legitimately, you'll want to follow this small little path here. I think I've just gone by it. I'm going full stupid mode. Where is it? Excuse me, my brain is, again, at very low functionality. Ah, yes, right here. You want to follow this path to this little shack house. You can open the door with ease and just slip inside. There's also one of your 5 notebooks you will need to read in here. I would recommend reading them in order, of which I don't actually know the order, but this is definitely one of them. What you'll want to do is look at this map. and it will reveal something along the lines of, in front of the tavern, which is that building there, there's a treasure buried right before the little dock area. You also want to do a little something here just to make this a little easier to see. Open this, run up here, open the door again, and light all 3 of these lanterns, of which it then turns on the lights inside of this room, making it a little easier to see and easier to make out that there's an X there and you need to dig there. So what you need to do is run over here and dig up the treasure. Hi there. So what you want to do is come here and dig the treasure right here.
Linger not, for there's a key to find, and me freedom to be gained.
If you want to shut him up, you can't. Literally, he will always be talking throughout the whole tall tale. It's nigh impossible to get him to be quiet while you're doing other things that the tall tale requires. So you want to come over here, drop the chest next to poor Dougie, and he'll wake up and say some more lines.
Crimmins, that's Dougie's treasure, sure enough. Oh, what a glorious day. Let's see if my key still fits, and then we'll share what's inside.
You can now take his key and open the chest. Dougie will go back to sleep, and the only thing you get is his medallion, which is just a skull coin. What you'll want to do with this coin and the Cat and Bones special recipe that I grabbed earlier is head over yonder. You'll want to take both this key, or this coin, and Cat and Bones special recipe over to these 2 skeletons playing chess. You need to light the candle. Also, here's another notebook you'll be wanting to read later. First things first, grab your special recipe and bring it over here. It does have rum in it and other things, so you put it on whatever table you want, but what you'll need to do is very simple. First, you need the captain's skull, so walk in here. Up here is the key. Sadly, you can't retrieve it even if you try jumping, even though it definitely looks like it's within your reach. You want to come back here and lower the quote-unquote chandelier by holding up. Bring the chandelier down and grab a hold of the key. But before you head back and unlock the captain's skull, you also want to come over here and light this candle. This candle brings you to treasure where old Dougie originally buried it. Dougie initially buried his treasure there, but he was betrayed by these people, and they dug up his treasure and buried old Dougie over underneath the, boardwalk where he currently sits. Cool ship name. What you want to do next is jump over here, grab another notebook right here, the Hall of a Lifetime, which will, of course, show you off everything in the area. Drop on down, run back to the captain, and unlock his cage finally.
Burning beard, ye found the key. Well now, that's the way. I've been fearful that the lock might have rusted after all this time. Being that I'm unable to provide my own means of locomotion, you'll have to carry me, and make sure your hands are clean. I don't want fingerprints all over me skull.
So you can now pick up the cursed captain and bring him over here. This is
Sweet
another part of
freedom.
what you'll need to do.
Ah, it feels good to see in more than one
Now
direction.
light the candle.
All these years I've spent wondering what happened to me town and me treasure. We've a long journey ahead, and I've yet to find me sea legs. So you gets about the walking, and I'll take care of the talking. Let's start
As
by
you can
heading
see,
for the old
he's out
lighthouse.
of rum.
Or perhaps you'd rather me
And
take
he's
you
laughing,
on the
then he's
grand
out of rum.
tour of me
So grab the
fallen
recipe
kingdom.
and
Who
refill his
knows?
tankard.
There may still be plunder to find.
He'll drink it, get a little upset, and begin chugging. His head will now explode.
That be Captain Bones for ye. Old Bonesy could never stomach his own recipes. Not much good at chess, neither. Now there's an idea. How about we show them how it's done? Stick me on old Bonesy's shoulders and I'll win the game for us. Hang it all. It's been so long I forgot about the house rules. We'll need to find something of special value, a trinket or similar, as a buy-in before we can play.
And this is where Dougie's medallion comes into play. You place it down as the buy-in, then you can place the cursed captain
Bells and
on his shoulders.
barnacles. Is that the best ye can do? Well then, me rook goes to Queen's Knight 3. And that, matey, check and mate. Which means the contents of the pot be mine. Fine, fancy key, and I'll be bound it leads to pleasure. Sore loser. No matter. He never could play worth spit. Let's take this key and find the ship it opens.
So, you won't be able to carry his head unless you're with another crewmate. So,
Don't be thinking ye can take that key and leave me here to rot. Ye still need my help to make it out.
so for me, I'm just gonna take this key and go open up this ship, which is the ship that you need to move some things to. Oh, you can do that. I didn't know. Normally, I just drop it. You come up here to this ship that has no name, and you can now open this door and get all the gold inside. The gold, sure, it's important, it's great, it's cool to have, but what you're here to do mainly is something else. You want to come back here and move the sails. Hold back and move them as far as you can so that you can now see the lighthouse in full. The lighthouse will be needed to light this brazier over here. I'll show you how to do it in a bit after I grab all this gold and head up to the lighthouse with the captain's skull. And also, this is not the end of the tall tale. There is still a lot more to do. Trust me, this tall tale will become annoying, and it will become very repetitive the more you do it, and it is a very long tall tale to do. Which is why I don't recommend doing a full video on it or watching this video. But if you're crazy enough to watch this video, thank you. Thank you for watching my video. Even though it's crazy long and crazy stupid, for all I know, this video is going to be going for 40 minutes. Now run back here, grab the captain's skull.
This be the most rotten, run-down rat trap in a whole filthy pirate town. Almost brings a tear to me sockets.
What you need to do next, now that you've opened that and moved the sails, you need to come over here, to which he will do a little something for you.
I may not be the pirate I once was, but I can still put the fear into them what knows me. I know you can hear me, ye cowardly curs. Drop what you're doing and get this bridge in order. We've a ferry to catch.
You could simply sword dash jump this gap if you wanted for fun, but of course you're going to need his skull to do things.
For when we sailed into the Sea of the Damned, it were a happy accident, for we were fleeing our enemies with a hold packed full of their plunder. By and by, me crew starts to grumble about returning to the living world, but I'd have soonest stayed with me loot for all eternity, rather than risk it out on the waves.
Now head up here and you'll have another book to read right here.
The night I snuffed out the flame. Aye, and the lighthouse keeper too. Had to be sure the ferryman wouldn't come and part me from me loot. Now, I'm not what you'd call knowledgeable about contraptions and whatnot. But if I can borrow a body, I might be able to help. See if you can't set me down on that headless heap of bones over there. Ah, new body at last. Not as handsome as me old one, but they say
Alright.
beggars can't be choosers. There! It's just like sailing a sloop. You never forget how. Now, let's see if we can't find some clue as to set this place ablaze once more. First, see if you can't light the brazier with that fancy flame of yours. Of course, lighting up the town is all well and good, but you'll need to point your flame out to sea if we're to call the ferry.
The first thing you'll want to do is, of course, light it and move this to light that brazier. Drag this over to here and light this one if you're solo. Pull it back just a little bit and then go onto this one and drag it up to light it again. Next thing we want to do is, well, first of all, have a look.
Let me try and get a better view. I see sails on the horizon. Well, there she be. The ferry of the dam. Though you'll find no welcome
Pretty cool to
passage on
look
her
at,
deck.
but what you
Those
want to do
hooded
next,
figures are what you might
now that you've
call
completed that
in charge
shenanigan,
around here.
is pull
They won't
this
suffer the
back.
living to board her. The only way ye'll sail aboard
Stop
that
this,
ship
and then
is to
bring
stow
this
away.
down.
I wonder if
What
their
you
little
want to
secrets
aim at
still be
is
stowed
that
away.
brazier right there.
The key to me cabin. After all these years, the keeper took it when he ratted me out to the others and they set upon me. Me ship'll be a sight for sore sockets, sure enough. But this moldy old body won't last 5 minutes out there, so I'll need ye to be my transport once again.
Also,
At
just so
least
you
till
can
we
see it,
reach
the
me
ferry
ship.
of the dam
Take
looks
me
pretty
to me
damn
ship
nice,
with
I'd
the
say.
red
Look at it.
sails, and I'll
See it from
sneak
afar.
aboard that ferry.
Pretty beautiful. Now, I just missed a couple of bits of exposition, but basically he's just saying that that's the key to his cabin, and we need to pick up his head and go places. So, what we may do now is simply head down, head all the way down, fall damage, ow, and head over in this direction, for there's a little secret over here you'll want to discover. Of course, the 5th notebook is inside of his ship, but what you want to do is to get the next 5 notebooks that are still in this tall tale. They're all here in the city known as Sailor's Grave, but you can't get to these 5 normally unless you know that little secret over there to light that brazier and open up this area.
Red sails with crossed swords. That's how you find love.
Walking in here will greet you with some amazing music and
Well, open. Who knew something like this was hidden away back here for all these years? With a nose for treasure that reminds me of, well, me.
you want to read these books here, starting with book 1. Grab the key as well. Head to book 2. Head to book 3. Head over to book 4, which is inside of here. Unlock it. Book 4. And book 5. This has no extra loot for you to grab, but it is just a fun little secret to discover that other people were aware of the Sea of Thieves and found their way here even though they didn't mean to. Also, for memes, fat booty. I am now done here. There's no reason for you to stay around other than grabbing those 5 notebooks and then leaving. There's nothing extra here for you. 5 notebooks and all of your commendations. Later, you will be free to head forward and head to the sail with the ship with the red sails, which is his ship. You want to head there as fast as you can and continue with the tall tale. This video is definitely going to be 50 minutes or maybe an hour. I don't know. We'll see. So you take him here and you drop him off at a specific little body outside.
There she be. This next bit needs a fine touch. Set me down atop that there skeleton. There's a secret nearby. I can smell it on the wind. There she be. Me golden hair. The fastest ship on the seas. By my reckoning, and no one ever dare tell me different. A piece of advice. Always have a secret way back onto your own ship. To me cabin.
And now take his skull again and just head it inside and follow my pathing. Of course, you don't need to follow my exact pathing, but you want to get up here as fast as you can. Next thing's next. Little quote-unquote cutscene right here.
Captain on deck.
Sorry, Captain.
We just got carried away. We didn't mean nothing by it.
I said we never should have mutinied.
Good to have you back, Cap.
This is his crew that mutinied over there. And now they're all spirits, and they'll be waiting for you and headed to the Ferry of the Damned. What you want to do next is put his skull down and get your 5th book. Your 5th and final book for the Tall Tale.
Sure, I used to be taller than this. This key will let you through the side door of me cabin. For here is where we be parting ways. There's a rowboat over yonder that'll carry ye onto the ferry. Quiet as a church mouse. But I wonder, do ye really know what's waiting for ye below her decks? Not all treasure is silver and gold. Me crew are free, and me conscience is clear. But I've still plenty of thinking to do. Perhaps one day we'll meet again. Now take the key and be off with ye, before ye find yourself trapped here for good.
You can take his cabin key and open the door.
Watch where ye step. The treasure was
Sadly,
first
again,
made,
you can't take
and
any of
still
this
be
gold,
lying about.
but now you just drop the rowboat and head backwards. You are now headed towards the Ferry of the Damned. It is now your job to stow away on the Ferry of the Damned and break in and free the prisoner that is currently trapped aboard it. Now I know you might be asking, but why couldn't we just die and do this easy? Well, because fuck you, Tall Tale shenanigans. Might see some ghosts flying across here. As you can see. That's his crew heading across, and that's a little spirit that is following and bringing them onto the FOTD, Ferry of the Damned. You can now dock the rowboat and jump up here. If you want to listen to the ferryman, feel free.
Who have lingered in this forsaken place, who have learned the price of breaking the pirate code. You have suffered under the weight of chains forged by your own misdeeds. And now, your time is served. Though you shall not fully remember your time in this place, perhaps some remnant of understanding will accompany you when you step through my portal and return to the living world. Perhaps not. And we shall meet here again. For now, we must make sail, and quickly. For strange ships now patrol these endless waters, and ours is the longest voyage of all.
You don't need to listen to all that expose, but I like listening to it. He's gonna turn, but he'll notice you and he'll tell you to stop.
Stop! The cursed flame you carry has no place within my well of fates. Do not attempt to meddle with power beyond your comprehension.
Meddle with it.
The very secrets are laid bare. I cannot surrender the wheel, but I entreat you. Do not continue to trespass here, for you do not understand the truth of what you seek.
Now, you can head on down.
Come on, Dougie. Come to Jack and get the bone. Come to Jack and get the bone.
I know what you're thinking. That dog is never going to move. Therefore, I propose a wager. Let's see if I can lure him over faster. Then you can take the keys from his mouth and let me out. The winner gets this delicious bone. Don't say much, do you? Very wise. When endeavoring an escape, silence is generally best. However, as I've had no one but a recalcitrant mutt to talk to for far too long, I shall bow to my collegial nature and introduce myself. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Though, since you came here to rescue me, you probably knew that already. And you must have heard tell of my heroic journey to acquire this, the greatest spy and treasure of all. A golden key to other lands, in eternal freedom, plundered from the lair of a heartless squid, and used to assist in the daring escape that led me to stand before you now. Shining, isn't it? You know, I haven't had so much as a crumb to eat since I got here. Not completely sure where here is exactly, but it's sorely lacking in dinner options. I'm a shadow of my former self. Then again, the captain seems a dreary sort of fellow. Probably enjoys dried biscuits. Wouldn't even tell me how I came to be aboard this sad little ship. The last thing I remember was standing at the helm of the Pearl as we made our escape. Suddenly, there was a loud, booming, cannonballing sort of noise. A cannonball, perhaps.
I'd recommend you grab some cannonballs.
The scenery's not very inspiring, but it's good to stretch my legs. Now, let's get off this ship before
Stay where you are!
that happens.
You, from the living world. Why have you interfered with my work? The selfish actions of this Barrow have brought catastrophe in his wake. Dire fortune that now threatens to consume the Sea of Thieves itself.
That's Captain Jack Sparrow, mate. And I think you may be overreacting just a smidge. I know the true worth of what I possess, and I intend to keep it quite safe. Now, I can see you're very busy and very grumpy, so we'll just be on our way.
Silence! You shall be returned to your cell. And this time, the key shall be cast overboard into the abyss. What you possess must never be permitted. Now, do you see the folly of your actions? Already the sands of time have trickled into oblivion and we are discovered. He has found us. They have our scent now. We cannot flee. Therefore, we must fight. To arms!
Steady, mate. That's the Flying Dutchman we're talking about. She's no ordinary ship.
Then upon the waves of my domain, she will find herself well matched. Play your part, pirates! The cannons stand ready! Unleash the fury of the dead upon this interloper, that we might put an end to calamity before it begins.
I believe that means he'd like us to use the
This is much cooler having multiple people on your ship to do this with, but honestly, doing it just solo is honestly pretty fucking fun. Pretty fun. I've actually never done this solo, so you might see me die maybe once or twice during the fight that is upcoming. I'm also just gonna heal because, you know, may as well. Left side. Yes, it's an occasional thing. Ow. Yes, you will occasionally take damage during this fight. It's basically you just it's cannon practice in my opinion. That's all this mission is. That's all this tall tale is. It's cannon practice, parkour practice, running practice. It's just practice, man. The food will always restock, everything will always restock. You never have to worry about, you know, running out of food, running out of cannonballs and all. And no damage will be taken as well, because it's the Ferry of the Damned. This is disappearing much faster than it usually does. Also, yes, Jack does man a cannon for you. To help you. And
They mean to board us. Defend the ship, or all is lost.
And what do you suggest I defend it with, mate? I forgot to bring the bow!
Oh, very well. Take my blade while I steady our course. A dead man's sword for a dead man's hand.
oh, I forgot to turn around. Also, this is the first time where you meet your new enemies that you will be fighting for the remainder of the Tall Tales. This guy smells bad. This guy's electrifying. And I don't mean fun. Kind of electrifying. Like a really bad kind of electrifying. He stuns you. Also, yes, these things are usually tougher, as in 1 to 2 shots.
They're coming aboard!
Occasionally, you will have a spawn up here by the ferryman himself. These guys do have a little ground pound move. I call them brutes. Well, we have shocky bitches and smelly boys, as I like to call them. This is a very small little fight section. It's supposed to like teach you what you're doing and, you know, keep your eyes open. Jack is currently fighting something. But you are supposed to shoot at the Flying Dutchman. You're supposed to hit it every now and then. You know, not just stand there and watch Jack the whole time. You do have to fight the Flying Dutchman. Sadly, you don't do any damage to it, even though you do see plenty of damage upon the ship. You cannot sink this. Let's go watch Jack temporarily after I deal with these enemies. So you can see what Jack's doing. Yes, this fight will become annoying eventually over time. This fight will become quite annoying. It will become greatly stupid. You will despise having to do this for 5 minutes at a time. Wow, I didn't see that before. cool though. Can't really hit it much more than I already have. Couldn't hit it even if I wanted to. So let's quickly watch Jack fight. Okay, I should probably get back to shooting. See a little animation jump in a minute, I think. Or it kind of bugs out. Guess not. Is there an enemy on the ship or something? Oh no, here we go. I missed it.
Treasure! It's gone! Change course! Change course! After that treasure! I gave him my word!
As you can see, Jack's a little panicked. I mean, who wouldn't be a little panicked after, you know, that happened? Anyway. I'll go quiet again so you can listen to this.
Destroy them!
Yep.
Why did you not heed my warning? Now Sparrow is lost, and our enemy has the treasure in his grasp to fulfill his dark ambitions and lay siege to the Sea of Thieves. Already his plans are in motion, deep beneath the waves. You have caused much harm this day. However, you fought bravely. I shall return you and your vessel to the land of the living, so that you may continue to fight. Fight to save all that you have endangered. Fail, and you shall bear witness as this world too falls under the shadow of Davy Jones.
Telltale completed. I'm sorry that this video was so long. I'm sorry I was talking so much. Oh, there's more shenanigans actually. Hold on.
Avast there, lovers! Steady as she goes! Aye, aye, Captain.
According to a friend, shenanigans are supposed to happen down here. I'm not sure. I've always liked the look of this map. Looks like a twisted version of, what's the island called again? You know the island. Smuggler's Bay. Looks like a twisted version of Smuggler's Bay. I know some of you might not like the ship set, some of you might not like the clothing set. Most of you just don't care. But that is the end of A Pirate's Life. The first tall tale added during the Pirate's Life update for Sea of Thieves. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like. And maybe even subscribe if you're new. This is Rain Silverlock, signing off. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.